lovely people, my name is Nicole, and today, in celebration of the fact that Captain America Civil War comes out this weekend, I am doing the Avengers Book Tag. So this original tag was created by YA, by the way, and then I'm doing the adaptation of the tag that was created for Black Widow Forever Read by Christine Pulling Bananas Books. Links to both of their videos in the doobly-doo. So basically this just goes through all the Avengers and then there's a question that relates to each one. So jumping right in, the first question is Iron Man, the first book in a series. For this I'm going to go with The Spell for Chameleon by Piers Anthony. My copy is kind of battered because I got it secondhand and then I have read it a ton since then. This is a fantasy series. I got the first book when I was probably like 8 or something like that, really young, and I absolutely love it. It's such a huge immersive world, and it's one of those series that it follows the world as opposed to specific characters. So there are probably like 30 books in the series at least, and they're all set in this awesome world, and it's so good. Everyone has their own unique like magic power in this world. It's just really interesting. It's a fantastic fantasy series. The next question is Captain America, a book that takes place in another time period, and I'm stretching really far into the past for this one. Miseducation of Cameron Post takes place in the late 80s, early 90s. So far back in time, guys. I know I'm really pushing myself to read historical fiction here. I don't read a lot of historical fiction, I'm sorry, but this is a fantastic book, and technically it is another time period. It's a whole nother millennia, so you know what? Don't judge me. I just really love this book. It's so good and really is just kind of a staple for queer YA books. The next question is Thor, a book character that got so much more attractive once they were cast. And for this, I'm gonna say Hodge from the Shadowhunters series. We're talking TV show Hodge, not movie Hodge. I just have a very vivid memory of when Hodges casting was announced, and we started a hashtag Hot Hodge, or Hodge is hot, I don't remember which. And we couldn't stop talking about how absurdly hot Hodge was, and then the actor was like, guys, come on, you know, you're using old photos, here's a new photo of me, and we're like, you know, maybe it's like angles, maybe he's older now, you know? And then the show started, and nope, Hodge is still super hot. I'm having a little bit of trouble reconciling that with my image of him from the books, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Question number 4 is Hawkeye, a book you really love that isn't very popular. So I'm gonna say The Disenchantments by Nina LaCour. I read this recently and really loved it. It was one of those books that just felt really real. It really just tapped into like emotions that I vividly remember feeling over the last summer, because it's about a bunch of kids who just graduated high school and are now sort of dealing with their last summer together, and they're all going off to different places next year, and those sort of bittersweet, the end and the beginning kind of feelings. I haven't heard a ton of people talk about it. Maybe it's because it's a little bit older. It's not that old. I think it's like 2012 or something like that, but it did come out before I started watching / making booktube videos. So I just haven't heard many people talk about it, and I think more people should because it's really good. The next question is Quicksilver and Scarlett Witch, a book with a sibling duo. City of Ashes. If you've read the books / watched the show, you'll know what plotline I'm talking about. They just get into this plotline of the show, and as someone who's read all the books and knows how it turns out, I just find all the angst in relation to this sibling duo so funny. It's hilarious. Number 6 is Loki, a villain you can't help but love and maybe be a little bit attracted to. So for this, I'm gonna go with Rhysand from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Rhysand is someone who is kind of a villain, maybe? I don't know. He's sort of an antagonist, but like he's one of those villains that's really complex and maybe doesn't actually have like villainous motives. It's complicated, but he is really sexy. So Rhysand is my answer for this one. The next question is AntMan, a book you've been meaning to get to but just haven't had a chance yet. This, I'm gonna say Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I have had this sitting on my shelf for like a year. My father's read it and he absolutely loved it. He just finished Morningstar actually and says that this is one of his favorite new sci-fi series. So like, I know it's good. I read Red Rising and I loved it. I have to be in a very specific mood to read sci-fi, and I'm not in that mood very often, but I think I'm in it right now. So I've started reading this. I'm like 20 pages in. Hopefully I can actually get through it this time. The next question is The Hulk, a book you can't talk about without getting worked up. And I don't have a copy of this book to show you guys because I hate it, and that is Catcher in the Rye. I really don't like Catcher in the Rye. It seems like it's one of those books that people either absolutely love or absolutely hate. I absolutely hate it. Holden Caulfield gets on every last nerve I have, and I just, like I said, can't talk about it without getting worked up, so we're just gonna move right on. Question number 9 is Ultron, your favorite snobby child. For this, Adrian Ivashkov. I chose Frostbite as my representative book because I feel like this is the one where he's sort of most like a snobby child, because he does go through some really good character development in this series and in Bloodlines, but he's kind of a snobby child in this one, let's be real. He's just so cute and I love him so much. Out of like top 10 book boyfriends, he's pretty damn close to the top. And question number 10 is Black Widow, a side character you wish would get their own book. And for this, I'm gonna go with Renee from the Foxhole Court / All for the Game series by Nora Sakovic. Honestly, pretty much any of the side characters in this series I would love to see have their own book because they're all so interesting and so complex, and they all have such like crazy backstories. But I don't know, Renee is my favorite. I mean, how can she not be? She is the sweetest angel to ever walk the earth, and I love her so very much. Alright, so that was the Avengers book tag. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't spoil Civil War for me if you've already seen it, please, because I don't know when I'll get a chance to see it. Hopefully this weekend. I don't know. Fingers crossed. But let me know what your thoughts on any of these questions are. I love you, and I will see you later.